how to like expand our business, reaching across the country. What is the best way so that we can scale up our volume? And is it the right time to get funds so that our expansion will be easy, or shall we wait for some more time to build our volume?
But obviously, before that, you need to have your trading videos. Everything must be ready. What were the benefits?
What would you suggest us to do from here? Because target is to get at least 100 crores in the next 18 months to 24 months.
Regarding the team, I have a lot of people, but my cousin brothers who are in the team, they're in the team, but they're directors of some companies and they're signed some NDA.
Until and unless you have salaried employees, your growth is difficult, to be very honest. Because no matter what kind of support you get from the family or you yourself do it,
Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all on Ask Me Anything session with our founder and CEO, Mr. Shishir Gupta. In this session, you can ask questions related to how to start a startup, how to get funding for your startup, how to get market traction for your startup, how to acquire customers for your startup, what are the legal compliances, and what are the job opportunities in a startup. All these questions will be answered by Shishir sir in this session. So Shishir sir, over to you now. Thank you so much.
all right. Thank you for joining in. And who's asking the first question now?
Hi, Shishir. Good afternoon. So my name is Abhishek, and many thanks for letting me in. I had a very simple question, Shishir. I see a lot of startup companies, a lot of tech companies with ideas, with funding, but the question that I have is for the coaching industry, wherein in case I want to open a small-sized coaching business and an online coaching business, how do I get leads? Because it's very difficult to find genuine student database and then go around marketing my product or service. So would love to hear your views on the same. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Abhishek. Actually, for acquiring lead, email marketing is not the appropriate way in today's time because the algorithm has changed a lot. So the moment you start sending too many mails, your mail will start going into the spam. The best way to market would be acquiring the leads through Facebook, specifically for your domain, as well as Google Ad. That will also be a very nice method for you. As far as the expansion scope and fundings are concerned, I remember when I was with this there was a startup called Edu Gorilla. Now it has scaled up rapidly. It has become very big. I made the term sheet for that startup, right? And that model was very simple. They initially had a lot of lead generation, and then they were sharing those leads to the coaching institutes. But later on, they pivoted to another model now into, I think they are into test preparation of vernacular languages. That means, state government tests, which was a niche they picked up. So EdTech is a very extremely growing industry, and I think you should market only through Facebook and Google Ads initially, and other mediums like Instagram, YouTube. Those mediums could also be very good. Any follow-up question you have, Abhishek?
So thank you for your views. Those were really helpful. Just wanted to, because you're such an accomplished entrepreneur, Shishir, just wanted to hear your views on what is the future of global education, study abroad. Because post-COVID, a lot of foreign universities are offering their courses online. So the need to do an IELTS and go to a US or a UK has declined, is what I'm seeing. So is it still a good profession to be in? In my case, I want to be an IELTS, TOEFL, coach. So is it still a profitable industry to be in, or should I look at some other niche?
See, actually, before the pandemic, what was happening is you need to understand why people go abroad and why do they study, right? So the most important part is people go abroad from India or any other developing country to have a better life in terms of economics, right? They want to earn more, and for earning more, they want to study abroad so that they can get a good job there as well as visa, right? Now in the pandemic, if everybody is working from home, the office job opportunities are almost gone. Who would go to US or UK for studying for 2 years, 3 years? and then getting nothing, still if they have to work from home, no point. So during the pandemic, what I'm seeing is a lot of people who are working abroad, they are willing to come back to our country, right? And the reason is very simple. While they are working from home, it makes no difference whether you are working from San Francisco or Dallas, or you're working from New Delhi or Mumbai, right? So that interest is going away. You need to find out whether this trend is continuing or this trend will reverse post the pandemic. What I hope is, obviously this trend would reverse post the pandemic, but you need to follow the data, because this would be, if I say anything, this will be on the basis of my expectations and experience, but I cannot perfectly say that. So you need to check the data. If the trend is going to reverse, obviously very good industry to get into, but not right now. You might have to do other things, focus on online education. That is going to stay at least for next 2-3 years, right? So, and that is going. So maybe I see immense growth for next 2 years
Yeah.
in this particular domain of education online.
Thank you so much.
All right. So can we have the next question, please?
So next we have Dr. Gitanjali Joshi. Ma'am, please come forward and ask your question.
Yes, Dr. Gitanjali.
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much. Because when I was preparing the pitch deck, it was a learning experience, like CAC, GMV, something which I had never heard of. And it was really nice, and it was a learning experience. I didn't know about all these things. And I feel like if I would have done all this before, I would have been in a better place today regarding finances. So thank you very much for that. And one more question, I want to get started with my products. So like we said last time, we had discussed last time. So I wanted to get started with marketing of my products. And another thing is regarding the team, I have a lot of people, but my cousin brothers whom are in the team, they are in the team, but they are directors of some companies and they have signed some NDA, so they can't be in my company, but they will be there to help me out. And I've got many people who can help me out unconditionally, whether I give them stakes or whether I don't give them stakes. But officially, I can't put them as a team. So what do you suggest? Like right now, I feel that me and my son, we would be on the team, the founders. And then after 18 months, if anybody can join in, they can join.
See,
And I'm sure a lot of people are ready to join me. But initially, it's a new thing for me. So I feel that me and my son should go ahead first and then let others join. And regarding my brothers, this is the problem. And regarding my son also, after 2 years or 3 years, when he completes his education, if he wants to move out, he can move out, no? As a director or as a founder member.
Until and unless you have salaried employees, your growth is difficult, to be very honest, because no matter what kind of support you get from the family or you yourself do it, for scaling up, you need staff, right? Without an appropriate team, at least few members, 1 or 2 salaried people. If you don't want, too much salaries load upon you, then you can hire some interns, but there has to be some staff, which is very, very important. Because if you want to stably grow your organization, you need to keep yourself free and delegate your responsibilities to others.
Yeah, that's
There has to be somebody who can work responsibly in the office hours for a particular task. Right? Being an entrepreneur, you would be having hell lot of duties to do.
Yes, you feel tired at the end of the day. Yeah.
Right. And it's very difficult to keep yourself motivated for some things, like, and in this environment where we are working from home, sometimes what happens is, this happens with me as well. Okay, I'll have tea, then I'll watch TV for some time, and this takes up a hell lot of time. Then sometimes, somebody comes for something, then domestic work, a lot of things come up.
Yes, right.
So this is very difficult for an entrepreneur to keep herself motivated. This is what I feel. You should have at least 1 or 2 people, because when they are responsible to do something, they will do it. Right? You can't give excuses to yourself. Right? So that's actually what happens. I would recommend you to hire at least 1 or 2 people. Second is, in case you want to engage somebody from your family, then what you can do is you can give them some stake, because obviously if you ask anyone, they will say I don't need a stake. But until and unless there is a commercial engagement, business is a commercial activity.
Right.
It cannot happen out of love only. So there has to be some give and take, some contract. Even with the family members, you should have a contract and give them, because end of the day we all are humans, right?
Yes.
Nobody at Raksha Bandhan, your brother won't give you his house and property, right? So
Yes.
this is exactly that we have to accept the truth. If my sister asked me that, I don't have a real sister, but even if I would have, my sister, she must have asked me, Shishir, what can you do for me? I will say obviously everything, right?
Everything,
But
right,
that does
right.
not mean I will leave my business and start working for her as a full-time employee. So we
Yes.
need to have a commercial structure, everything in black and white, on
Okay.
contract, because it is a formality but very important, extremely important, right? And what do they get? Because motivation never comes up until you get something out of it,
Something out of it,
right? So that was another part of it.
Okay.
And I think for your product marketing, you should start with a Facebook or Google AdWords campaign, small time.
And then from your side, you had suggested something, the email and something.
We have a platinum membership option, but we are still accepting the applications. We have not yet started. We don't want anybody to pay us 1 lakh rupees and don't get the entire satisfaction. So we are first doing our inside analytics to find out how much business we can generate for which industry. The moment we'll be ready, we'll be announcing. I think it may take next 15 more days, 15-20 days.
Okay, fine.
And then probably we'll be ready with the platinum membership. Once it is there, automatically we have to ensure that people who take this membership gets a lot of business, right? It should not be something below the expectations. So definitely we will be announcing soon. Right now we are not starting it, at least for next 15 days, because analytics are going on.
Okay, I've sent a pitch deck, so you can just go through it.
Yeah, pitch deck will go to our community team, so they will evaluate and somebody will contact you. When did you apply? Did you fill up the form?
Our community manager is working on it. I have taken the update. Your pitch deck is in process. Don't worry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. And regarding my son, like he can move out after 2-3 years.
Yes, you can definitely take your son, and as a business, the stake has to be defined, the roles and responsibilities have to be defined, everything has to be defined, and that is how
3 years he'll complete his education. So if he has some other plans, he can leave my company and move it.
So why do you want anybody who do not have definite plans, right? Let it be your son, but he should be definite about it. No, entrepreneurship is giving sweat and blood. If somebody is not serious about it, better to keep him out.
He's interested, but I feel like if in case he has some plan B and if he wants to leave my company and move, it should be free to do that. So.
Yeah, actually, Dr. Joshi, if you ask me, this happened with me. When I was starting Startup Lanes, I invited 16 entrepreneurs. They, they were not actually entrepreneurs. They were CXOs of different companies. Somebody, a CEO of a well-known news channel. One was a CEO of a lighting company. Those kind of people. 16 of them, I invited them to evaluate whether they would like to join me as a co-founder. And one of them asked me, Shishir, what if this fails? What is your plan B? And I said, I don't have a plan B. This is what Shishir Gupta will be doing from now onwards for life. So all of them left, in fact, because I never had a plan B. But
you're so successful now.
Yes, I won't call myself successful, but yes, I'm trying my level best to do whatever I wanted to do for the society. And now they call me, they wanted to invest. Now, it's very difficult for them to come in because it is the time, which is important. Now, if anybody wants to join Google as a co-founder, it's not possible, right? I am not Google, but what I'm trying to say is time is very, very important. So people who value you or value your ideas at the right time, they get every kind of benefit, but if they don't value you or they don't understand at the right time, when they join later, no point. So then it is already late. So if you are taking a co-founder, or even if your son becomes your co-founder, the idea must be clear. The plan should be clear. He should be able to visualize himself sitting on the same seat for next 5 years. So that is how, because no point wasting time. This
Right.
startup itself is a very growing field, and if you see what anybody would like to become, richest in the richest of the world. If you talk about top 10 in the world, 7 of them came through the startup route. Whether it is Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos or anybody, 7 out of top 10 wealthiest in the world are from startup side. Right. So startup is a proven way to become rich. This is true. Right. And this way you can help the society, you can serve your country, and you can solve the problems of the people.
Thank you so much. It was so informative.
Pleasure.
Sir, next we have Mr. Venkat Bhatti. Sir, please come forward and ask your question. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, Mr. Shashir.
Yeah. Hi, Mr. Bhatti.
Yeah, hi. See, I joined in Startup Lanes quite some time from Hyderabad. However, I was not literally, quite engaged with the group. Unless we just browse through the articles that Startup Lane normally publishes. But whereas I have a startup which we are into, Farm to Fridge is my startup, which we are into organic farming, like producing and procuring of organic fresh fruits, vegetables, and groceries from our farms, and pack them, and on demand we will be delivering to the doorstep of our customers. This is what basically our idea about this. Our USP is fixed rates for whole year. I don't change the rates because the myth is I wanted to take it to the middle class people. Normally, when you say that in organic, normally people say that it's only for the higher income groups or maybe the top class people in the society. But whereas I wanted to take it to the next level where even a middle class or a below middle class people also can consume it. So that is the reason why, maybe because I am coming from a humble and third, middle income group. So I know the pains of the mothers. Like they don't want to compromise on the pricing fluctuations to the nutritional intake. So I come up with a completely data-driven model for last 10 years of the data of the market prices, and based on that, I have fixed the prices where it is going to be constant for whole year. In fact, I have not touched my rate card since 4 years. I have not changed at all. So this is what my USP is. The problem that I have facing is scaling up. See, now I have a website. I have working MVP and all that. But whereas I'm unable to scale up or do some kind of a marketing and engagement of the people and all that, maybe I would require some good suggestions, or maybe I don't have any co-founder. I'm the founder. I'm doing all alone at this point of time, and consistently I'm able to produce and procure from the different farmers, and I'm delivering it to all the consumers of Hyderabad.
I'll give you a model. In fact, one of lot of startups are doing. Recently, one startup founder called me. He's from Mumbai. He's doing 3 crore rupees revenue by just selling vegetables. 3 crores per month, not annual. Okay. And what they are doing is very simple. They have invited the society kitty party ladies, who have a society of themselves, right? And one of them become the distributor for the society. So all the high-rise societies, they have appointed one lady as a distributor. They deliver to the lady distributor, and distributor distributes it in every house. So this way, this lady is getting extra income.
Correct.
You don't need to engage somebody from outside. So you totally avoid the problem of theft or anything, any mishappening by outsider, right? Because somebody within the society is doing that. And this lady will be happily promoting you because she is making good money.
Correct.
So this way you can also scale up. You would be requiring a master distributor in every city so that you can send your truck there and truck gets offloaded, and from truck to these distributor there has to be a channel created,
Correct.
right? Then people in your app can subscribe, not on demand. You can't make it on demand. Have to be subscription. If you are giving them benefit of all round delivery the year at the same price, they need to pay you the amount initially, right? That means pay you for at least quarter, 3 months in advance, so that you can do your planning well. You can sign up a future contract with the farmers, right? You need to pay them. If you pay the farmer advance, then the farmer can give you at a fixed price.
Exactly.
So this has to become, and you need to tie up with Bajaj Finance or some other consumer finance organizations who can probably give you installment option, and you need to absorb the interest rate. You getting my point? Suppose there is a household delivery, 5,000 rupees per month is the consumption, right? Multiply this by 12, 60,000. You take 60,000 right away, give them discount of 10%, so that they can pay you for entire year, right? And take this 60,000 as a loan from Bajaj Consumer Finance or any other finance organization, and absorb their interest, pay them 8% right away.
Correct.
So 10% discount and 8% will be deducted. Whatever amount you get upfront.
Correct.
Multiply this by 1,000 customers. Your money will, multiply in lakhs and crores. And this amount you can utilize to create your own farming setups also.
Yes.
Right. And this will save you a lot of cost. And then you need to engage a lot of partners. You need to do a lot of marketing activity. Before doing the marketing activity, there are a couple of documents that you will be required. First of all, you need to create a franchisee agreement, right? Because your franchisees will be sending, or the distributor agreement. Then you need to have a storage setup in the outside or somewhere in the city area, right? Wherein you can send your vegetables, and if any unused vegetables are left out, then you need to store. You can't throw them away, right?
Exactly.
Right, because even if there is a subscription, you might get returns. People are not available sometimes, at the home, and they will not take the delivery. You have to take this back.
Yes.
Right. And you have to store it somewhere, and then probably you can go to Horeca models, sell it off to some restaurants, hotels, whatever is left out. This has to be, you need to work on the model first, then you need to work on distributors, then that moment you can definitely come to us in any of these support if you want, and then obviously we can help you out in scaling up through the funding. This is just day before yesterday's discussion. Investors in our angel network, they were talking about this, and they said it is our fundamental duty towards the nation to support the farmers. Any startup which is into this segment, we are ready to support. And this happened. Somebody shared this article of Maharashtra farmers throwing away the tomatoes on road.
Exactly.
Right. So these investors are really keen to support this. Nothing is more important than farming. Everybody knows about it. So do let me know as soon as you create this model, or if you need our help, we have this model of helping. We can help you there.
In fact, as you rightly mentioned, this consumer finance, I have already, because I am working with ICICI Bank, my payment gateways are all from Razorpay. So I have been banking with ICICI Bank, and I already approached, and they said that, if it is a subscription model, we will give them a zero EMI to the consumer, then it can be worked out. And the model you have said, in every community, a women entrepreneur who can be a home chef or home bakers, those are actually who are promoting our. They have already already onboarded them, and already 40 people are. We are planning for next 3 months, and now 5 people are already onboarded, and they are actually promoting me. This is the model which I am working currently, because taking 1,000 customers, collecting 1,000 customers on my own, quite difficult. Having this kind of a setup. So I started this distribution model in every community, and 5 people are already on board.
Very
So
good.
Now I just need some guidance kind of thing, how I can align with the startup lanes to take the and leverage the experience and the technology that you have. Probably if you can guide me, I am the happiest person now, because I really cherish this. This will change many of the farmers here, especially in India. Small and marginal farmers are there, and they are not able to really make any money. So I just wanted to do that and scale up to the next few cities.
And have you already created your mobile app?
I have a mobile app. And people are already started working, and already they're ordering it also.
Very good. And if you don't mind, may I ask how much you spent on the mobile app?
Mobile app actually around 1.5 lakhs for total solution for a mobile app, and as well as from the the website.
Very nice, very nice. So exactly that was it I wanted to know. So for your segment, it should not go beyond 1.5 lakhs or 2 lakhs, because this kind of technology is already available.
Yes.
Right. So what you can do is, definitely you can sit along with the team, SL team, and we have different departments.
Yeah.
We have a legal team. You can sit along with the lawyers and understand, the legal aspects of it. Then you can sit along with the chartered accountants and find out, is there any taxation aspect? And we have business analysts, we have financial analysts who can create your plans, projections. You can have entire projection created through us. They will even project how much revenue you will be getting every month from what all sources. So these calculations you need to make, because and then you can exactly plan out how to do things. And these calculations will be handy while you raise funds. You will be requiring 3 documents: pitch deck, financial valuations, and projections. Right? If you get these documents made, you will be learning a lot. You will be learning a lot about your business, and automatically when you go to the investors, they will be taking the decisions easily on the basis of these documents.
Exactly.
So you should raise funds. This is what I recommend, because now you are ready. You have the app, you have some paying customers. You should raise at least 25 lakhs or 50 lakh rupees to start with.
That will really help us in a big way.
Definitely. Definitely. You are most welcome, and I hope we can raise funds for you within a month. Right? You just have to get this document done. If you don't know how to do it, our team will do those documentation for you.
Yes, certainly I need your help, because most of my time will be spending on customer acquisitions, and then setting up the processes, and that is what actually I am good at. So the way that you are talking about valuation and all that, making the reports, sitting with the lawyers and all that, it is not my cup of tea. Probably I might require your team help on it, and then probably we can certainly work out in a long way.
Definitely, for sure. So Sanjana is here. Sanjana will connect you to the right person in the community team, right? And they will take it ahead.
Sure, Shashir. I'm very happy to meet you and get your advice.
Same here. So kind of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Can we take the next one, please?
So next we have Mr. Shyam Sundar. So please come forward and ask your question. Thank you so much.
Yes. Good morning, Shashir. I am Shyam. I am following Startup Lane since long. But as earlier Venkat told, I am also browsing your website pages and WhatsApp, whatever that is, sharing in WhatsApp group. I am following.
Yes, sir. Because of your browsing, we have become the fastest growing internet company in the world now. So keep browsing, keep supporting.
Yeah, even in fact, I've seen through your startup in first page, many of the startup problems I even felt like yes, I'm also facing the same. So I'm a director and founder of Insugo Insurance Broking Company. It's a broking company. After having 20 years experience in the insurance industry with the MNCs, I started my own broking firm with a friend as a co-founder. So we got a license just before COVID. Still, like with the past experience, we able to do some business and we are doing in Hyderabad and in Andhra. Like it's only a small segment I'm able to do. Now even we have about to finalize a vendor also for API integration, all these things. For which we are going to spend around 12 to 14 lakhs for this product development. Where like comparison of like Policy Bazaar, comparison of premium will be there because there is a huge untapped market today. You have seen PhonePe is also got broker license. So broking license is not so easy. Like I am one of the broker. Proud to say I'm one of the broker in the country. You see, hardly like there are 450 brokers in the country, and it will take a year or so to get this license because IRD, the regulatory body, will ask so many exams. You have to have a paid-up capital of 1 crore. They will ask for interview. Like it will take a lengthy process to get this license. Now I'm able to just started my career and last 1.5 years be able to see what are the expenses we are spending. I'm spending around 8 lakhs per month. We see sometimes like 7 lakhs income, sometimes it is 10 lakhs income. But somehow I'm not able to take it further. Maybe that is the reason we are planning to have a online product where we want to go aggressively and across masses. This is what we are planning. But something what we thought like unique, being someone being duplicated to the idea. I want to thought like we have another layer between me and the customer, another layer to be formed, so that the reach will be more easy, so that it will be win-win situation for both customer and the second layer. But some of Policy Bazaars are renewed by there are many big players where there is a huge investment. They're coming and grabbing the market like anything. So, in fact, the penetration, the potential is more in the country because you know about the penetration has been increased from 3% to 5%. Potential is there, and everyone will have their own set of business. It's not like everyone will be grabbed by everything. There is a huge potential, untapped market is there. But I need your guidance. Like so far, I never thought of going for funding because we started with 1 crore, and now even my current account balance is more than that, and not like big, but it is 1.3 or so. So we are in profit, but somehow I feel like I expected something and started this startup, but I'm not able to scale it up. Maybe a reason for COVID, but COVID has taught many people on insurance, like awareness has been brought, thinking about term plans, health insurance. So people are really realizing now. They're like, you understand, right? So now you suggest me how to like expand our business, reaching across the country. What is the best way so that we can scale up our volume? And is it the right time to get funds so that our expansion will be easy, or shall we wait for some more time to build our volume?
Okay. I have a question for you. Is it the insurance broker license or the stock broker license?
Insurance broker license.
Okay. See,
being given by IRDA, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India.
Right. See, without the partners, I don't see this is getting scale up, right? So you need to necessarily go through the partners only, because either like Policy Bazaar, you do a lot of heavy marketing, or you do it through partners. So I'm sure you would be, because you are an insurance broker, so you can have some agents also, right?
Right.
So you can appoint those agents, but you need an agency under which they will be working, because it will be difficult for you to handle all that, handle their training, their motivation. They need to be trained and motivated regularly, right? Appreciated. So what you can probably do is either find out an organization that could handle all this for you, or even you can take our help. We have 50 lakh subscriber base of SMEs, small and medium firms. Most of them can definitely become your partner in selling your insurance products, right? And this could be in a model, but obviously before that you need to have your trading videos. Everything must be ready, what were the benefits, and then you need to do a lot of events online. because road shows are not happening, and solve their queries regularly. You have to go into a lot of sessions with those interested people, and then definitely you'll see a lot of people joining you. And once they join, they can definitely scale it up. You need an application which would empower those people, right? They should have their own application. So what you can do is you can give them an app which could be customizable and white labeled in their brand name. You getting my point? So
Yeah, I got it.
somebody having company XYZ, so it will become XYZ enabled by your company, right? So the same app could be downloaded by the customer. Give them option to opportunity. The same code could be utilized. Give them opportunity to launch their own app. They don't have to spend 14-15 lakhs like you, right? You bear their cost, and this will give 1000 apps which are in your name, right? White labeled, but automatically these 1000 apps will be having the centralized database selling your products and services, right? So this model we can make. I'll tell you one more thing, that we can support you as a company. We have something called vendor sourcing, wherein we support the startups or corporates in sourcing other startups, right? So the best part is we avoid any kind of cheating. I'll tell you how. We have a service called Managed Escrow as a service, wherein we keep your money escrowed till the time you say, okay, I'm satisfied, right? Now what happens is, if you deal directly with a vendor, who is the judge of telling whether this work is completed or not? Vendor will say, I have written 500 lines of code, give me 5,000 rupees. Just an example, right? But you will say, I have got nothing. This is copy paste. Who is the right kind of technical judge who will find out? So we do this. We get into between and solve those disputes, and till the time buyer is satisfied, we keep the money with us. We don't release that money, right? So this is a big service. Second is we reduce your cost by sourcing different multiple vendors from all across India. So we can give you 10 vendors, 20 vendors, 25 vendors, organize a Zoom meeting for you, so that you create a competition with the vendors, and whomsoever is best, you can pick up that person.
Okay.
Right. And then your next question about the funding, definitely go for funding, because you are into fintech. Fintech gets funded easily. This is point one. Second, you should definitely raise funds if you want to become big. Companies like Google, Microsoft, Facebook, everybody, they have raised funds, and that is how they have become big, right? So even if you get the IPO, that is the same way.
Sorry, Shishir, like regarding this funding, shall I go for within my circle or how exactly? Because there are many of my friends like who are trust and who are seeing me since long. They are having some trust on me. They want to invest like 25 lakh rupees or whatever amount I would like to ask. They are ready to do it. Is it the right way to do it, or we have to have our net worth to be what is the value of the company now, like valuation we have to done, and go for an official like angel funding or VC? What do you suggest?
Valuation is most important, right? Because if you take undervalued, then also you are losing. If you put it overvalue, investors won't accept it, then also you are losing. In case your friends and family members invest at a higher value, then you will face challenges when you hit the VC round. You can't go. See, you cannot reduce the value in the next round of funding, right? Correct. So because if the share price falls, investors never take it positively, right? So in this case, you can take our services, which are called lead services, lead management. We become the lead with you, and we will set up this syndicate for you. This is called financial. You are finance guy, so you must be understanding. We'll set up the syndicate. We will become the lead. All the investors who are coming, we will manage that. We will issue a term sheet. We will negotiate the terms, and we will do the entire round. And we will also invite other investors from our network as well as other networks, other angel networks. We can invite and create a big round, so that so that you have other backers. Even we can have a green shoe option in case you want to go beyond that and involve the VC also. Then you can involve the VC in the same round.
Okay.
Right. So it's always good to combine all the forces and take it through a lead, because it is the lead who will manage and who will update your information on the database. That's very important. I'll tell you what it is. How would VCs discover you, or how would PEs discover you? They will discover you through an investment banking software that companies like us use. So they will, while you register with us, we will update your details over that particular application, so that you are now tracked by these bigger VCs. Right? There are micro VCs, there are angel investors, and there are normal bigger VCs. Plus, then PEs are there. So all of them function differently. Like micro VCs put in only up to $1 million or $500,000. Right? Normal VCs, which are the normal bigger ones, they will put in 3 million to any amount up to 50 million or maybe 100 million. Right? Then there are PEs who put in more funds. So I would recommend you to go through a syndicate, announce that round properly, and then go for the VC round, next round.
Okay. So I have a doubt. Like when I'm talking to one of the big like Swiggy founder, I'm talking to is my relation only. I'm talking to them like he was telling like the VCs will always see for the uniqueness in you. So until unless you don't have a focused approach or uniqueness, like no one will come and find. Is it correct or what exactly?
I don't want to cut Sri Harsha, but I have a different opinion. So I will not say wrong or right, but I will share my opinion. Right? See, what I feel is VCs look for a copy-paste model. This is my learning from my experience. VCs look for a copy-paste model. I'll tell you why. Because just like the soul, no, Atma, you can't create demand. Just like you can't create or destroy the soul. That's written in the Gita. Here also we believe you can't create demand or you can't destroy demand. You have to displace the demand, just like energy, right? You can't create it. You have to displace it or convert it, right? So you displace the demand, and for that you need to build a homogeneous product and disrupt. Disruption can happen only two ways: new market and low-end disruption. New market is when you invent something. So let's forget that. The most used common method of disruption is low end. There are two methods in low end. Either you sell lower price, right? Or you provide more convenience. Why do you buy everything from Amazon? Because they sell at lower price, they give you discounts, and they made it convenient for you. You get it at your home. That is why Amazon has become the most valued company, right? That is why they are growing at this particular pace. So you need to build a model which is similar to the leader, not more, not less, right? One of my clients, I'll tell you, they came to us when the pandemic happened. They had created one vaccine, and they were from ex-DRDO. They created one vaccine, and this vaccine was one shot, 5 problems gone, including COVID, right? But investors were not happy to fund them. Why? It was unique solution, everything was good, but because it was very difficult for the consumer to trust them. They are a new brand, right? So they need to spend a lot of money in creating their brand name. By the time they spend that much amount, the market will be shifted to somebody else. You get my point? So when it is Moderna, when it is AstraZeneca, you trust them. But anybody, a common man making the same product or maybe a better product, unique product, nobody will trust it, right? So I will never say make something unique while you are a small brand. If you are a big brand, people will trust. Whatever you make, they will trust. But if you are a small brand, never make anything unique. Nobody is going to trust you. Only make copies, right? It might sound like very absurd. Why Shishir is advising to make copies, we are not copycats. But yes, this is the truth. If you make a copy, homogeneous product, which is similar, exactly similar, if you are able to prove it, that I am same as Policy Bazaar or I am same as this XYZ, who is the leader, then people will trust you, because we don't buy products, we buy the solutions. And we think that these solutions are only provided by the brands, right? So whenever you are going for next best solution from an alternate of a brand, in somewhere in your mind you are thinking I'm compromising. That means if you are buying a shoe that looks like Nike, right, you somewhere you might be thinking I'm compromising. No matter, that shoe might be better than Nike. some of my known people, when Skechers showroom came, they were not aware about what is Skechers, right? And they said, "Oh, local brand selling 10,000 rupees shoes. Better I buy a Nike." They were not knowing what is Skechers. You understand? So that is exactly what happens when people do not associate a product with a brand. They don't trust it easily. So it's always better to disrupt, and that is the only way. Sell anything at a lower price, homogeneous product. Don't give more, don't give less. Sell it at a lower price and provide more convenience. That's it. That means in your industry, if you charge less margin, if you tell them that, because we are new, we are a startup, we charge less margin, we are giving you the same policy, and go to their home, explain them the LIC model. This is the most successful model. LIC agent is able to sell the same policy in a better way in comparison to some online website selling it to you.
But here the problem is investment. Our investment is only on human manpower. Okay, suppose if I invest more, if you depute more manpower and they are not productive, so that will yield as somewhere it will again a disruptive to the running business. This is what I feel.
That's why LIC picked up the agent model. Insurance sells on a fear appeal. This is the product which sells, by telling you what happens when you die. Right? Nobody likes it. Everybody knows we will die one day, right? But nobody want to talk about it. You talk about anybody, you talk to a youngster, what happened when your father die or mother die, he will become very angry, right? Okay. So we all know this.
Our focus is more into general, like industrial insurance, health insurance, vehicle insurance, cyber insurance, like that. But we give less importance to life because life is already occupied by LIC.
Same happens I have been running factories in the past. If somebody comes to me and asks me, Shishir, your factory will burn out, it will be destroyed, then I will give him a tight slap. Because obviously, right, this is how we are grown up. We are born with this. We don't want to talk negative, right? Especially about the things we like. If I'm driving out the car and somebody talk to me, Shishir, what would happen if you made an accident? Right? So I will not like that person. I know this is fact, right? So that is why there are different strategies. So agents know about it. Agents first.
I will tell you, Shishir, because these days I should not tell you met with an accident. I will tell insurance is statutory, right? So different companies will charge different prices. This is not being known by many people. I will tell you, for example, for a premier car, the pricing will be almost one company will charge X, some other company will charge 2X. So this differentiation no one knows. Agent will represent only one company. He will give the quotation of one company. But when we approach the customer, we will get at least 10 companies quotations will share. So customer will decide whether the pricing is important or the branding is important. So some people will be like Tata AIG, yes, this I will go with Tata AIG. Some people will go for the lesser premium where they feel like I'm spending waste of money when insurance. They will go with the least premium. So there are different mindsets in the game, where it is not required that we are not even explaining about the product. Pricing is the first factor these days because awareness has been created in such a way. People are telling about what are the add-ons you are giving, what are the additional benefits we get when we take this policy. So this is the extent of discussion that is happening when we are talking to the customer.
Right. So that's what I'm telling you. Lot of things which are important, but most important thing here is the pricing and the convenience. That is on those basis disruption happen. And if you are selling a homogeneous product, that means what Policybazaar is offering at a lesser price, right? If you obviously government will not allow this tagline, but if you suppose you write, we are cheaper than Policybazaar, the same product, right? And you advertise this, you will see lot of, and yes, you advertise, if they are having the first ad on Google, second should be yours. You see automatically the conversion. You don't need any human now because they have already created the customer base. You are just displacing their demand, right? I'm talking about if you have to approach a new customer. Anybody who's searching online to buy the insurance, you can take their product, right? But that segment is still very small. Bigger segment is people who don't know whether they need the insurance or not. Right? Most of the people, they don't know about whether there is insurance available for their factory or not, or for the machinery. Right? So these kind of things are there. And in general insurance, definitely you can tie up with startup lanes. We have, like I told you, 50 lakh subscriber base. We can try to promote this product in a way wherein this becomes a long-term relationship, right? Even we have an incubated startup which is into car repairing and servicing. So there also we can tie up with you. Okay.
So there are like Go Mechanics and Car Care.
Similar, yes. Similar, we have started and incubated a startup which is into similar segment, from car cleaning to Go Mechanic. Go Mechanic plus car cleaning.
Okay.
So there we have the database.
So to whom I need to talk, like I interact for lead management or vendor sourcing, so that I will be connected with your team. So to take it further.
Yeah. So Sanjana is here in the team right now. She's coordinating with all the community managers. She's from our HR department. So she coordinates with the community manager. She can connect you with the right person in the team. Okay.
Thank you, Shishir. Thank you for your valuable time.
Pleasure. Sanjana will contact, you must have left your phone number. You will get a call from our side.
I will share my contact number right away. Thank you.
Okay. I think we can take one more question. So,
sir, next we have Mr. Abhishek Prakash. So please come forward and ask your question.
Hey, how are you? I hope I'm visible.
Yeah.
We are profitable, bootstrapped, growing in the platform business. And the platforms that we offer are bulk SMS, SMS OTPs, WhatsApp, chatbots, emails, IVR systems, all these products we offer. Okay. Now, we are already into double-digit crore revenues. And primarily the market is B2B corporates, and also entertaining and supporting startups who are trying to grow their businesses, educating them about how to go about setting up their marketing and customer engagement activities. Now, the question to you is, what would you suggest us to do from here? Because target is to hit at least 100 crores in next 18 months to 24 months.
No, obviously, this will be, you will be requiring money to scale up, to more marketing activities and acquire customers. The best way to go about is go for funding, raise in multiple rounds, increase the valuation, and scale up on the way, right? So that will be the best way. Go for angel funding and then go for VC funding, keep scaling up, expanding the territories. That's the best way out.
Sure. Would there be possibility of scheduling up? I'm not sure about your time that you have on hand right now, but would there be a possibility of scheduling a discussion with you so we can discuss this in more depth?
Yeah. So, for general meetings, I'm already always available the same time every Tuesday. Personal calls could be booked by going to Startup Lane's website, and the contact us. There is an option to book a call with the CEO. That is a paid call, 1,500 rupees if you are calling from India. Outside India, it is a different segment altogether.
No worries, 1,500 rupees is not the problem here. I think this is just an opening discussion. There
Definitely,
are many.
Actually, we have kept that fee to just prioritize, because earlier it was entirely free, and a lot of people for discussing their ideas were calling me, and I was very much in a jiffy to organize my time. So we kept that, and definitely, I'll be able to help you out in making this model and moving ahead with the funding process. The best way is to raise funds, and because you are already having a good revenue, I see funding coming up very soon.
Is there a possibility somebody from your team can set up an invite? I can make the payments or something like that.
Yeah. Sanjana can help you in coordinating. So she's there. She's this meeting is getting recorded, and she will connect you with the right. I hope you have left your phone number while registering.
That's all. And Sanjana, you can find me at ap@mtalks.com, mtalkz.com. Just send me the payment link. I'll pay it, and you can schedule a call.
if you can please leave your phone number in the chat, then she
I
can
can do
look
that.
at it.
I can do that.
Thank
We'll
you.
do that. Thank you.
All right. Then anybody else before we close this? All right. Then I think we can close this call now. Thank you so much for joining in. This is Shishir Gupta signing out. Please join back next week. Jai Bharat.